Interesting fight, this.
I think it's quite tough
It's
because,
going to be boring.
well, Fulton normally is going to box. They come out
Shaki
slugging.
Foster's a really good boxer.
Well, it's concentration, isn't it? I think he's liable to make a mistake or doesn't keep his concentration all the way through.
Start like giving Fulton like a chance and then I just go back to the Inoue fight and how awful he was.
I think it is quite a close fight.
Gonna go for the close points.
It's a good card, so there are
Yeah,
a lot of
it is, to
interesting
be fair.
fights.
It's good. There were 3 good fights on
Which
it.
is like a nice segue to our the next fight, which is Stephen Fulton and Shaki Foster, which is at super featherweight. Fulton is the WB, whichever one it is.
Fulton's moving up in weight.
Or is it?
Isn't he?
Oh, he's going from featherweight to super featherweight, so he's going to.
Oshaki Foster's a WBC featherweight champion and Fulton's moving up. Didn't stay at that over division very long, did he? Did he get win Inoue?
No, he's come on, he's jumped.
He's hot-tailed it up a division.
Well, yeah, I'm surprised that Fulton's first then. It should be Foster versus Fulton on the thing.
Yeah, well, to me, yeah.
Because if he's stepping up. But, okay. So, yeah, super featherweight. So, let's start with a tail of the tape. Stephen Fulton, his 23 wins, 1 loss, 0 draws, 24 fights in total. He's had 8 wins by KO. He's age 31. He's 5'7", 170 centimeters tall, 67-inch reach, 170 centimeters. This fight is at super featherweight at 130 pounds, 59 kilos, and he fights out of an orthodox stance. Oshaki Foster has a record of 23 wins, 3 losses, 0 draws, 26 fights in total, 12 wins by KO. He's age 32. He's 5'9", 174 centimeters, and 72-inch reach, 183 centimeters. And he also fights out of an orthodox stance. And as Simon said, he is the WBC champion. So,
Yeah, because he won the vacant title against Ray Vargas, and then he lost it against Conceição, but then regained it in the rematch.
I think we did that fight.
Had a couple of fights in between that as well. I find it quite interesting that Fulton's moving up in weight again.
Yeah, that's what put me off the thing. But I mean, an interesting fight if you can jump up and become another 3rd weight world champion or whatever it is. So it is an interesting resume. I think if he does win, then it makes in a ways win against him, which people have some downplayed a lot more impressive. Or he has heard that Inoue's coming so soon, so he just get prepared.
Absolutely crapped himself.
Yeah, because just for context, if people don't know, that's his loss was against Inoue at super bantamweight to make Inoue stepped up to super bantamweight and became the unified champion against Stephen Fulton.
Interesting fight, this.
I think it's quite tough fight as well, isn't it? Because
it's going to be boring.
Well, Fulton normally is going to box. Shaki Foster is sort of that. And then it's really who's got the better boxing skills, which means it's probably going to be neither of them are great KO artists, so it's probably going to go the full distance, 12 rounds.
Basically what that means is it'll be over in 2 rounds because it'll be exceptional knockout.
Usually, that's what I'm hoping. I'm trying to put it into that position. So it'll be a firefight.
Shaki Foster's a really good boxer.
Yeah.
Really good. I think, wasn't he like fighter of the year in 2023 or something? Yeah. He's had a couple of losses, but come back. Is he what? I think he takes the eye off the ball, doesn't he? I think.
Well, it's concentration, isn't it? I think he's liable to make a mistake or doesn't keep his concentration all the way through. And that's what usually lets him down. But I mean, he is tough. I don't think it's just points, and it's usually relatively close fights he's had. His losses coming through, and then in recent times, it's only Robson Conceição, which
So it was close fights.
It's been split decisions both times, but they were close fights,
Really
one way and then the
close.
other way. And he's got quite a reasonably impressive resume at that weight. So
Can he beat Fulton?
Yeah.
That is the question.
Yeah.
How does Fulton approach this fight?
Well-
What are the sizes again? Sorry. What's Fulton? 5 foot?
5'7" against 5'9" in height, and it's 67-inch reach against 72-inch reach. Shaki Foster has got quite a bit of a physical, although you're thinking that's quite a huge difference at the same weight. He's going to be like, does Fulton fill out to that weight? Because
I'm just wondering whether Fulton, I can't say too small for the weight, but is he moving up a bit too quick? Although we could say that about Lamont Road. Fulton is take away the Inouye fight.
he's got a really impressive
He's a
CV.
good boxer,
Yeah.
and he has got an impressive CV. And the last few fights have written him off because of the Inouye fight. And
Yeah.
he's done really, really well.
Well, I think he had one where he's recovered from a bit like the Carlos Castro fight, the one after, in a way. But I think he was still recovering. And then he's got his confidence back. And again, he's fought Brandon Figueroa twice, once at 122, which he won by majority decision, and then a 126, where I think obviously he's worked him out and it was a unanimous decision and quite a clear victory for him. And Figueroa is a dangerous guy who's a bigger, Brandon Figueroa's like, similar stature to Oshaki Foster. And I think Figueroa's 5'9" as well. And, he's got a 72.5-inch reach, which is big.
Yeah, I mean,
so he's used to dealing with somebody physically of that nature. I think Oshaki Foster's a better boxer than
I think
Brandon Figueroa.
Yeah, I think Oshaki Foster's got a lovely jab. Trying to break this down speed-wise.
Speed-wise, I think Fulton's probably got a little bit of an edge.
See, I'd say Foster though.
Would you?
Yeah.
Well, the reason I'm saying is because Fulton's coming up.
The problem
so
I have
Fulton is quite quick and good.
I start giving Fulton a chance, and then I just go back to the Inouye fight and how awful he was.
Well, it's the first fight we did on our videos. Well, amongst the first fight we did on us.
It's ingrained in there.
Well, whenever I see him, I see that knockout in a way, and that's the thing you always think. And I think it's unfair on Fulton because, like you said, in all the other fights, Inouye is just the monster. He's just special.
And do you know what? This is
if
why
you take that out. If you look at his fight, we'd probably be favouring Stephen Fulton.
Do you know what? That Fulton fight against Inouye, it might have been because he was so weight trained.
Yeah.
Because that does have an effect. And that's
Inouye
why
he's just that good.
He's had to move up quickly in the two weights because he just can't make them weights anymore.
Well, I think they were looking, isn't it? They waited for that fight because it was the big fight. But you remember Inouye was stepping up in there as well. So I think the weight thing sort of equalises out. It's his first fight at 122.
No. The massive difference between someone trying to lose the weight and someone moving up to the weight. Someone trying to lose the weight is not going to be 100%. Someone moving up to the weight, they're going to be in a much better shape for me.
I think we just take the Inouye one out of it because Inouye is just that good. I think you can't really measure anybody against Inouye because it's not close. The difference is really, really far. He's just,
I just think Oshaki's going to be too big.
Yeah, that would be my concern in this.
I think he's going to be too big.
Because Oshaki Foster has some good fights in there. The Conceiçãos, Abraham Nova,
too
people
sharp.
Like that, hard, Ray Vargas. He's got big, tough fights in there.
I think Fulton
The thing I would give Fulton doesn't normally switch off.
No, he doesn't.
Like I said, if you take Inouye out, he's usually good and he executes his game plan and his boxing is consistent. Oshaki Foster we've seen can, and that's where he usually comes undone. But it's whether Fulton can cope with the size difference here. And this is a proper, it's a level up guy of that size.
Super featherweight.
Yeah.
I think I've got a feeling Oshaki Foster stops him as well,
Well, it could happen. Fulton has been stopped.
Or does Fulton turn into this like new super featherweight beast?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
It could be.
I think
Fulton's going to box.
I think Fulton will give him. He's going to have success because he is a good boxer. He is, but I think the size. I wouldn't usually say size plays a part, but I think it is going to play a part in this.
Well, I think in here, I don't think O'Shaquie Foster's that far behind him in boxing level.
Mm.
Like you said, we could argue who's the fastest. We could argue who's got the better defense. We could, things. I think Fulton's probably a bit slicker, but I don't think it's a huge gap. And then I think the weight, the height, and the natural size does make a big difference in there. Because I know we've said it on Bum, we normally pick the smaller guy when they're allegedly smaller guy, a la Crawford and people like that. But I think one, you're talking about special fighters, and second is the difference in skill level was so far apart that the weight wasn't such a big factor. I think here it's much closer.
But I think what we have to forget as well is before the Inouye fight, there was a lot of noise about Fulton.
Yeah, he was top 10 pound for pound. Like they were shouting for him to get into that, isn't it? A lot of shout.
I don't know. No. I am a O'Shaquie Foster fan. I'm not a Fulton fan.
Well, the problem with Fulton, we've had with Fulton, because obviously we've seen him against Inouye, and that's it. It's just it takes it out. And I think you've got to be, like I said, take that fight out. And I think this is quite a close fight. But I think I'm erring towards O'Shaquie Foster. Just on, because I don't think it's a huge difference in boxing skill.
What are the public saying?
Should we have a look at the odds for this one? We've got. Ooh, interesting. 54.5, Fulton. Basically decision. 27, just over 27% decision for O'Shaquie Foster. Then 9% draw. And 9% O'Shaquie Foster KO.
No, hold on. Fulton 54%, Foster 27.
No, 27 to win by decision, and then 9% to win by KO. So 54.5 for Fulton to win.
Yeah.
36.5 for
O'Shaquie
Foster to win, and 9% for the draw. Well, the draw percentage is quite high, isn't it? So that's where it's. And it's 55.5 basically decision. The only way they've got Fulton winning is by decision. So 54.5, sorry. And then 27% is decision for Foster. Basically 9% is KO for Foster. And then 9% is the draw.
Making Fulton the favourite, the public.
Yeah.
What the bookies saying?
Let's see what the bookies have. They haven't got the odds on there, so I need to find another set, which I don't know if they exist.
Okay.
Let me just do your thoughts. That's an interesting one, isn't it? While I find the odds.
Yeah. Then again, like I say, I'm not a Fulton fan, so maybe I'm missing something.
Well, I think if you take the Inouye fight out, you probably would a little bit. Betting wise, it's slightly favouring O'Shaquie Foster. He's 19-20. And Stephen Fulton is 11-10 and 16-1 for the draw. So it's pretty damn close. It's about near enough 50-50.
It is 50-50.
But I think they've got, like, O'Shaquie Foster's got both decision and knockout, although most of it's favouring decision. But he's got a reasonable knockout chance, and Fulton's just decision. So I think it's that. It's just, I think there's some people being like swayed by the size. And O'Shaquie Foster, despite the lower, it's not a huge number of KOs, it does hit hard.
Interesting. Very interesting. Doesn't change my mind.
Go on then, we're doing predictions. Where we go? I think it is quite a close fight. It's whether Fulton's game plan, whether he can cope with the size and his game plan works. I think he is slightly slicker than O'Shaquie Foster. He's slightly slicker in the technical skills and everything else. I think O'Shaquie Foster can be hit, as he's shown in a couple of fights, but against really, really good opposition, good level opposition. But I think they're not that far apart where the size will be. Brings it back in.
I'm going to go for the close points
for
win for Foster.
Foster on points.
Oh.
I'm going to go for Fulton on points. I can see him pulling it out.
It wouldn't surprise me, but I just think Oshaki Foster's size should play a part.
Well, yeah, I think it's going to be close.
Play a part in this. We shall see.
Mm-hmm. We'll have one each.
We're not really like convinced either way on this, are we?
No, I can see it going either. I mean, I'm just hoping it's not going to be really boring.
Yeah,
I hope it's
a really good fight.
Yeah. That's more what concerns me about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us know in the comments what you think. Foster and Fulton. Do you think it's a step too far for Fulton? Who do you think is the better boxer? What do you think of step too far for Fulton? Sorry. Who do you think is the better boxer, and what do you think of the chances? Do you think Foster or Fulton who are going to win, and how? Let us know in the comments.